It was a dominant performance from Team Dayspring last time out at Boston. Will they keep the advantage this time out at Darlington Raceway? We're about to find out. For 74 laps around this historic 1 1/3 mile oval that's seen plenty of great racing memories in the past, and I'm sure we'll make some more in the coming spaces to see. And alongside me to bring you all the action for today's race for 74 laps is Duke Ansack once again. We're getting close to the end of the regular season. 4 guys locked in. That leaves 8 spots up for grabs, and any one of them could be in jeopardy here at the track Too Tough to Tame.
You're absolutely right, and we've got some amazing tight battles in the points right now. Just coming down to 2 races remaining, including today's, and before the playoffs begin. So everybody's fighting on that bubble line to see if they can make it in to the playoffs, to see if they can race for a championship here in the Nitro National Series. There's a lot of drivers that have a chance to stay in today. There's a few drivers that have a chance to lock themselves in, and there's a couple drivers that could give themselves a chance next week to make it in on points as well. So we've got a lot of storylines. We've also got a battle for the regular season championship and the bonus that comes with that. So a lot of good stuff happening today. And of course, it's all happening at Darlington. Such an amazing track. So exciting to be here. It's just a fascinating drivers kind of racetrack that's tough, and it's difficult, and it's always going to bring a lot of drama, especially in this Nitro National Series. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And now we can look at the starting lineup for today's 74-lap race. Riley Hooper gets pole position for the race ahead of us at Darlington. Zachary DeLello keeps up the Team Dayspring run of good momentum by starting alongside on the front row. Henry Thomas, Rashia Mahendra, Alex Verget-Baru complete the top 5. And Alex is one of those guys, as well as Zachary DeLello, looking for that regular season championship. And with Joshua Michaels and Ryan Griffin starting 10th and 12th today, this could be an opportunity to knock some points off of them.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, it's really going to be all about being consistent today. You want to run up front. You want to have the track position. You want to just be up there so that you can stay out of trouble. And the people that are starting up front, you know, they have a better chance of doing that than the people that are starting in the back. So watch for drivers who are in contention to have problems today. Watch for drivers who are starting up front to be able to stay up front. And then we're going to see what happens today. I mean, these drivers have a lot of laps ahead of them, and they've got a lot of time that they're going to have to be in that car wheeling it around this place. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hot, and it's going to be exciting. I can't wait.
So with that being said, we have all 42 cars lined up on the grid, and we are ready to bring you some racing action from Darlington, the Lady in Black, for the 1UP Nitro National Series. The green flag is moments away, so stay tuned for the next 74 laps of racing action. With the field on the front straightaway now, Riley Hooper, Zachary DeLello getting us into the restart zone. We're underway here at Darlington. Hooper gets a good jump off the line ahead of DeLello. Could he lead Henry Thomas into the first turn ahead of the 03? Looks like that's going to be the case, but Hooper's got a decision to make. Which line does he go with once he gets off of 2?
Yeah, for now at least, the inside lane is the place to be. Everybody's still trying to get up to speed. Now we cross down on the back straightaway, and now is the decision time. Take the bottom, take the top. It looks like they've taken the bottom here. The 69 car does, leading the way, and we're off here. So lap 1 is completed now, and the 12 makes a move to the inside. Let's see how that's going to work out into turn 1. They're side by side coming into turn 2.
We've seen this work before in the truck race, but it took a while for it to happen. But for Riley Hooper in the 69, it looks like he's able to hold on to the spot ahead of Henry Thomas. Zachary DeLello taking a look on the outside, trying to make something happen out of it. But coming off of turn 4 to complete lap number 2, the challenge from Thomas fizzles, and Hooper leads the second lap.
Yeah, Riley Hooper had a great run off of the outside lane right there. He was able to hold that lead just barely. I think the 12 was clear for a moment, just a brief moment. He could have slid up, but he decided not to. It was too dangerous. It's only lap 2 of this race, and he falls back into the second position. So now he's still in second place. The 03 is sitting there in third, looking amazing. A great paint scheme on that, celebrating throwback weekend here at Darlington. And now looking to the inside lane into turn 1. We'll see if it works this time. Oh, it certainly won't. He did not get a good entry into turn 1, and he's under fire from 4th place. Alex Verget-Baru on the outside lane is going to try to take advantage of a failure of a move for second place, and now the 03 moves down into third place or fourth.
Yeah, look at how much time that cost the 03 as well. He slid up right in front of his teammate Goforth, and now DeLello is going to try and take the spot back on Alex Vergipperou. We've seen moves are going to be made into turn one a lot in this race. That's going to be a given. Whether or not they work is a whole nother story, because you'll lose so much speed barreling it off into turn one on the inside. You want that outside line through 1 and 2. It's the safest bet to make lap time around here. As you see Goforth now trying to make a move on his teammate DeLello. That's not going to happen. But Keon Daly's now made a move past Rashia Mahendra, and he's up into 6th spot.
Yeah, you're certainly right about that move into turn one. It's going to take a lot of momentum coming out of turn 4 to be able to make that move down into turn 1. Meanwhile, we've got a pass for second place. That's Alex Vergipperou moving up 1 position, now into second. He has only moved forward in this race so far. He's gained 2 positions from his starting spot. But yeah, and he's going for the lead almost. Wow, he certainly wanted to. He's going to go low, and here's what I was talking about. He needs a lot of momentum. He really needs to send it down off in there and get a clear of the leader, and he won't at all. It looks like he's going to be stuck down there, but he's going to keep that second spot if he could just move up the track. There he goes. So that was a risk worth taking right there, but you really need to be next to the car you want to pass on the front straightaway to be able to make that move happen, just like the 12 car is going to have a shot at it. No, he won't, but he had an opportunity to have a shot at it down into turn 1. Here goes the 3 into the bottom. My goodness.
Yeah, overtaking's not the easiest thing in the world at Darlington, but it can definitely be done with the right setup and the right amount of patience. So Henry Thomas is doing what he can to try and get past Alex Vergipperou, who in turn is trying everything he can to get past this man, Riley Hooper. So as they come through turn 4 to complete lap number 8, Riley Hooper has led every lap so far. However, there's a lot of hungry cars back here wanting to take that top spot off of him. Alex Vergipperou being one of them, looking for his second win of the year. Zachary DeLello, Cody Goforth, they're all looking for their second wins of the season. Henry Thomas has not won yet in 2023, nor has Riley Hooper. Hooper looking for his first win in this series. So let's see how long he can hold the lead, because Alex is on his way.
Yeah, Alex is on the move again. He heated up his tires a little bit, making that big move down into the bottom of turn 1, and now he has another opportunity with some chilled tires, if you will, if you could do that here at Darlington. This place will eat you up and eat up your tires as well, but right now he's looking good, and we got a little bit of a pack right here in the top 5 and top 10, all racing for position, and they're furious.
Yeah, and how about the run for the 2 Jeff Bolton racing cars? Ryan Reed and Mac Johnson battling for 7th spot, and here comes Alex Vergipperou. Is this the run that gets him the lead for 1 and 2? It looks like he's going to get it.
Yeah, he has the chance. He needs to slide up, and he did, but he's going to try to stay down on the bottom. He's got to slide up ahead, and he will. So that was exactly how you need to make a pass into turn 1. He just happened to do it for the lead. But what he did is he got up next to him, he side drafted down that front straightaway, and then he dove off into the corner, cleared him in the middle of the corner, slid up in front of him, and now he's going to lead the way here, crossing over into lap 12. So a new leader, Alex Vergipperou, in the 3 car, has taken it away from Riley Hooper, our pole sitter.
So Hooper led the first 10 laps. Alex Vergipperou led lap 11. We're in the middle of number 12 now. And you can already see Hooper starting to fall off a little bit from this 3 car. I think Alex has probably got one of the fastest cars here, and it didn't take him very long to get from his starting position of 5th up to the race lead. Now the question is, can he grow it out big enough so to where no one can worry him for the rest of the night?
Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm not sure here at Darlington if anybody really is safe from the competition at all times, but right now he is trying to stretch that lead, and it looks like successfully doing so, at least for the moment. Riley Hooper remains in that 2nd place, and here's Keon Daly, who is running in 4th right now, and he needs a good day. He has an opportunity to race himself and cross over that cut line in the championship, and he has an opportunity today to get close enough to make something happen next week, or possibly even break in with an extremely good day today. So we'll see what happens with him, but the best thing that he can do is run up front, stay up front, and finish up front today to give himself a shot at making the playoffs.
Yeah, remember we saw this yesterday in the truck race. We saw a driver score a much-needed run to vault themselves up into the playoffs at the last minute. So it's very much possible for Keon Daly here today, but he's got to keep his head on straight for the rest of this race. As DeLello tried to make a move on Riley Hooper, settles back into third for the moment, and it looks like Keon Daly is going to get a huge run down the back straightaway towards him.
Yeah, he was running on that outside lane, so we got a big momentum burst down the straightaway because you're just able to get back on the throttle sooner. Now he's running that outside again. He's going to have a run down the front straightaway, but not big enough to really make anything of it. So he tucks in line, stays there, and he's just going to hold off for now. And, we haven't seen any big drama today so far, but this is the kind of track that will bite people, and we've seen drama here before, so it's not something that you can just relax for any of these drivers, but especially those that are farther back in the pack that are trying to maintain their position in the playoffs, their points position. They just need to maintain and keep a handle on their cars and stay out of trouble. Meanwhile, Keon Daly has made it look easy and passed on the straightaway on the outside lane, so he is on the move right now, going towards the front.
Yeah, and I'm sure Bobo Jones watching this from the infield's got to be very proud of that 69 car, running that paint scheme, which he won the first ever one-up race at Daytona all those years ago. It's doing a fantastic job hanging on the second at the moment. He might lose it here because Keon Daly is on an absolute charge, and he might get second away going into turn one. Let's see what happens.
Yep, Keon Daly isn't going to have the momentum in turn one, and he's going to have to fight for that third spot. He's going to keep it, though, ahead of the 03 car. But yeah, watching that 69 car around this track, it really the flood of memories comes all back from the beginning of the whole thing, and now here we are years later, 3 series, and it's just it's a really great looking paint scheme, and it's good memories that come back.
And it's holding down second at the moment, but will Keon Daly challenge him for that? Coming down into turns 1 and 2 to get lap number 19 underway. As we barrel it off for turn 2, Alex Verstappen holds a 4/10 lead over Riley Hooper, and this battle for third place between Daly, DeLello, and Henry Thomas.
Yeah, certainly right now, it looks like the top 2 are pretty stable. Keon Daly has not been able to make another charge. I thought he would, but now here's Henry Thomas down on the bottom lane looking for 4th place. There's nowhere for him to slide up if he were able to complete
got trouble on the back.
Down!
We got one sliding on his roof down the front stretch, and it's Jonas Kaminsky in the 42 sliding to a halt on the front straightaway. Samad Ozkin with damage. Diego Yepes on the pit lane, and we've got caution on the speedway for the first time tonight.
Oh my goodness, what an incident that we've had here at Darlington. Here they come past the incident space. Gotta watch out for debris right here, but still have one upside down. Hopefully he's all right. Our leader remains Alex Verstappen, and they're going to catch up to the pace vehicle ahead, and we've got a bunch of cars damaged from this one.
Yeah, Glenn Mixon looks like he's got his own little issue with an engine failure, and it looks like Diego Yepes is about to go the same way. These are 2 guys who were in the playoff field as of entering this race. Now they look to both be out of it.
Yeah, certainly. Diego Yepes and Glenn Mixon both could have locked themselves in today. They won't. Now that they have damage, it's going to be tight. Meanwhile, everybody else is on the pit lane. We're on lap 21, crossing over into 22, and here's our leader, Alex Verstappen, going to make a pit stop with the rest of the field here, and we'll see what happens. Pit stops are critical today. The crew is going to come into play, and they're going to have to really have a good pit stop here to keep their drivers where they are, even gain positions. The best place to gain track position is in the pit lane, so Alex is in the pits. The 69 car pole sitter in that first spot is in the pit lane, and everybody's got the right sides up in the air. Now they're going to cross over. This is an intense moment of this race. We're going to see who can gain spots.
Yeah, this should get them to the end of the race comfortably. You see Alex make his way out. Keon Daly actually gets ahead of Riley Hooper on the pit exit. That could be a big move. Now, though, our focus is on what caused this caution flag to come out. So you see he was running pretty much at the back anyway. Oh, is Ozkin going to get a run on his outside? Yeah, and that's just a pinch gone wrong for Ozkin and for Kaminsky. See Will Harrison with a bit of damage, and then Kaminsky just starts spinning like a top down the front stretch. We saw this last week at Boston with a huge pile up there. Only a single car upside down this time, but it's still not good to see a car get it upside down like that. He was trying to get past Chrissy Splutzer. Actually, he was in a Genesis Engineering sandwich right here, was the 42, and he comes up to try and block the 73, not quick enough to get there, and the 73 just tips him onto his roof.
Yeah, slid up the track right there. Bad timing. The cars behind were coming so quick, and 42 in a really bad spot right there. Ended up in the wall, and that car just lifted off the ground and really ended up upside down, like you said, spinning like a top. That's a really scary incident we've had here.
So Kaminsky is out of the race as a result of that incident, and we're gonna check and see if the 19 and the 04 are they able to continue in this race. The 19 isn't, and the 04 isn't. They're both out of this race as a result of their engine failures. So, Diego Yepes is going to score 1 point today. Glenn Nixon's going to get 3, but both of them are going to be in big trouble once we get to Daytona.
You're right, and I had them in the category today of people that could lock their way in. Because they were far enough ahead of the cut line that they weren't really on the bubble. They had a lot of people, they were sitting in 6th and 7th respectively, so in the points, but now they are going to be right on top of the cut line, and they're going to have a tough time next week trying to stay in. They're going to have to be really careful. A really unfortunate incident for everybody involved, but especially those two who now are in a really tough championship position, try to make it into the playoffs next week.
Thing is, I don't think either of them were in that accident. I think they just had their engines let go around the same time. So that's just an extremely difficult. That's an extremely difficult break for those drivers to get in. But their bed's been made. They have to go to Daytona now to try and win it and try and make their way into the playoffs anyway. But with 50 laps to go, we're coming to a restart, and this could shape the outcome of this race.
For sure, and it's all going to depend on who is able to get to the bottom after having a solid restart here. We see Alex Trajet-Barube, he's going to control the pace here, but we'll see, can Keon Daly pass him going down into turn 1? You want to be on the bottom, and now everybody's got fresh tires, so we'll see what happens.
So as they come off turn 4, entering the restart zone, we're back underway once again. And Alex Trajet-Barube takes off with the lead. Let's see what he can do going down into turn 1. Daly sticking with him. This isn't going to be a runaway for the 3 car. Let's see what the 52 can do on the next lap.
Yeah, it looks like he stayed right with him. Nobody was able to make a move down into turn 1. The entire field, single file, one massive train around Darlington Speedway. Now Alex Trajet-Barube has made a great move. He's able to stay ahead, and the 69 car is now on the bottom lane, and he is side by side for second place. But the thing is, there's no room to slide up ahead of Keon Daly because the 3 car is there. Now there is. Is he going to be able to do it? Keon Daly got a little bit tight in the middle of the corner, but he's going to keep the momentum and stay to the outside.
What a move by Keon Daly in that 52 machine to get ahead of the 69 and stay there. Now his task is to chase down Alex Trajet-Barube. Remember, Keon Daly, we know his future. He's going superstar racing with JHM in the new Honda alliance for next year. So that's all set and done. However, Riley Hooper now is filling his back bumper, and Keon Daly knows this is a big audition for him to prove that promotion was worthwhile.
It certainly is. Every opportunity Keon Daly gets to lead races, to win races, and be up front, he's got to take. And right now he has a really great opportunity, and this time it will also vault him into a situation where he could possibly see himself making the playoffs in this season, where right now going into this race he's 36 back, but now some key players in the championship have had some trouble, so he is able to really have an opportunity to get up there and make something happen. And today is his best chance right now because he's running in second place, fighting for the lead, and he's really fast.
Another factor to notice is that he does have the fastest lap right now, so that's a bonus point going the 52's way. And if he can lead a lap, that's another bonus point he could pick up. So Keon Daly, he didn't get the run on that occasion, but I'm sure he's just testing himself to see how long it takes to get from this far back to the back bumper of the 3, and then what he can do to try and get past.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this car has looked amazing coming up through the field. You know, He's just been great. He started in 9th. He drove past everybody on the green flag. He gained another spot in the pit lane, and now he's sitting in 2nd place. And he made a couple moves right there. He got his stuff a little heated up, so he's laid off a little bit. He's also playing defense against Riley Hooper in 2nd place, or in 3rd place. So he's just got to cool off a little bit right here, regroup, and then go back and fight for the lead again.
But he's got to watch out because
Riley Hooper on the outside.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's got to watch out because Hooper's now getting close to him, but he holds off the 69 for the moment. And he's also got to watch out for the cars behind Hooper. Zachary DeLello and Henry Thomas are within striking distance, as is the 38 of Ryan Reed. So, as they come off turn 2, down the backstretch they go. I think they're starting to realize the 52 to 69 and co. They need to start working on this free car. And look at how high on the racetrack the 52 just went.
Yeah, that's the place to be. Watch this run. He gets down the straightaway. He is just driving away from that 69 car, not giving him any real opportunity down into turn 1. As you can see, he's just going to lose all of his momentum there on the bottom lane, and the 52 just drives away from him. So Riley Hooper now has fallen deep into 3rd place, and he is possibly going to be under the clutches of the 12 car. Meanwhile, Ryan Reed in the 38 is going low as well, and a couple new people in the picture here. We got Elijah Ironhouse and the 92, but we got a pass for the lead, possibly. Keon Daly on the bottom. Can Ferjet Barub stay out there? He can't. So he loses the lead, and Keon Daly is up to P1 in this race at long last for him. He's been fast all day, and now he finally makes it up front.
Yeah, so Keon Daly, now his job is to get to the start-finish line ahead of this 3 car, pick up a bonus point, and hopefully maybe get a point for the most laps later on. He'll have gotten all 3 bonus points if he can do that, because he's got the fastest lap. He's got a lap lead at the moment. Now he just wants to stay out in front as long as he possibly can, maybe even to win the race. Who knows? But we still know that 3 car is very fast behind him.
Yeah, he certainly is, and I'm sure that they adjusted that car in the pits, and there he goes to the bottom. Wow, an interesting spot to make a move to the bottom, but he's side by side with Keon Daly. I wonder if Daly had to get out of the throttle there for a second, but now going down into turn 1, the 3 car has a great opportunity, and that's exactly how he got the lead last time. So he moves up into that 1st position now, and it's a dogfight between him and Keon Daly for the lead of this race. So Alex takes it back, but Keon Daly will not go quietly into the night, I'm sure, here on lap 35 at Darlington.
Yeah, and well, for Keon Daly, it was mission accomplished. He wanted to lead a lap, and he did so to get a bonus point. He's got to just try and settle back into his rhythm and wait for the right moment to get the lead back. But with Riley Hooper right on his tail or right alongside him as they get off turn 2 potentially, this could throw a wrench into his plans.
Oh, this could be bad for Keon Daly because Riley Hooper is there. He's going to be forced to run the bottom lane right here, and look who's behind. Henry Thomas, and then, oh, I thought it was going to be a train, but they go side by side. That could be exactly what Keon Daly needs to be able to hold on to 3rd place, and we weren't able to mention it because of the action up front, but here's the 92 car of Ryan Griffin trying to salvage his points lead. He started pretty far back today, and in 12th place. While meanwhile, some of his main competition is up front. Zachary DeLello, Alex Ferjet leading the race, and he is able to get up there, score some much-needed points in this one, and hold on to the championship lead going into the last race. This is a great run for the 92 car and a great recovery, as we've seen all year from this team.
And remember, with this 92, Ryan Griffin won the truck race here a year ago. He knows how to get around Darlington, and then of course he won the national race at Daytona to start the season this year. So he knows his way around both the remaining regular season tracks, and this could set him up for a golden opportunity to get that regular season points championship. But as they cross the line now, Keon Daly and Riley Hooper side by side going into 1. Let's see if the 52 can get the spot back.
Plenty of action in this race, and he certainly will get it back. It was a great move. It's exactly what the 3 car did to him. He just used that same move down in the middle of turns 3 and 4. He dropped low, made it side by side down the front straightaway, and completed that pass in turns 1 and 2. We're watching the back of the pack here.
Yeah, John McFadden in the 27 had come out of the pits. He had a tire going down, so he is now 2 laps off the pace in 39th spot. But he should be able to make it to the rest of the race no problem, as well as everyone else. But he's got the freshest tires in the field now. Let's see what he can do to try and charge his way back.
Yeah, that could be interesting if he does start passing everybody in this. I mean, new tires at Darlington, you feel a lot like Superman just driving through everybody. Nobody can stop you because you're just that much faster. There's a ton of fall off at this track. So we'll see if it plays a factor for the leaders possibly later in this race, that car driving up through the field.
And another thing Keon Daly's got to watch out for, he doesn't have the fastest lap of the race anymore. That mark is now held by both Henry Thomas in the 12 and Nathan Meyer in the 77. So they'll both get a point for that, but that takes the point away from Keon Daly in the 52. Now his task has been made a little more difficult. Now he's got to get back to the front in a bigger hurry.
It's true, and you know, some of that, like, Henry Thomas is looking today to try to lock himself in, and that's just one less position that's available for Keon Daly in the points battle. So meanwhile, Ryan Griffin is charged all the way up into 3rd place in this race, and he is on an absolute tear after the pit stop in this race. He's just flying through the field, much like Keon Daly was earlier in this race, and now he's got an opportunity. He wants to look low on Keon Daly.
Yeah, this 92 is going places. He won the truck race here last year, and he was talking to us yesterday about what it takes to be good at this racetrack, and he's taken his own advice here as he's made his way past the 69 up to 3rd, but it looks as though Riley Hooper is going to try and find his way around, nothing doing out of that corner.
No, not this time, but he's got to let his tires cool off a little bit. He was really on a rampage driving through everybody, and now he's got to save that stuff a little bit for the end of the race. Right now, he's sitting in 3rd place. He's looking really good. He's maintaining that lead over Alex Regeparub, is the one really today that's trying to take it away. He was 30 points behind our leader, Ryan Griffin, coming into the race. So now Ryan Griffin in 3rd place is holding on to that a little bit, and he's got a great run off of turn 4. He's going to look low. I don't think he's close enough up on the side to make anything of it. We'll see it. No, he definitely wasn't. He lost a lot of momentum there as we watched the back of the field.
Yeah, so as they run right now, Alex Regeparub would take 12 points out of Ryan Griffin's lead going into Daytona for the regular season finale. So Ryan Griffin would have the points lead still, but Alex Regeparub would move into 2nd, and he'd only be about 18 points out by the time they head to Daytona. And of course, anything's possible at the World Center of Racing. So yeah, Alex is trying to do whatever he can to maximize his points day, and Ryan Griffin's just doing whatever he can to minimize it.
Yeah, honestly, that's exactly what's happening, you know, and going to Daytona, I mean, you're right. Anything can happen there, and that's why you just want to be safe. And of course, Alex Regeparub and Ryan Griffin, they were safe last week. They're good. They don't have to worry about Daytona. But what they do want is that leading position going into the playoffs. They want the bonus that's associated with that, and they want to be the regular season champion. Who doesn't want to be the regular season champion in the Nitro National Series? So, yeah, that's what they're fighting for now. And of course, Ryan Griffin is doing a great job of defense on a day that the 3 car took the lead and really has not shown much of a card for anybody to play to get past him. Keon Daly passed him once, but the 3 car got right back by him, and that was that.
And right now we're looking at a 4-car battle for 7th spot. It's 2 Team Duke cars versus 2 Jeff Bolton Racing cars. Elijah Ironhouse and Logan Williams on one side, Ryan Reed and Mac Johnson on the other. That is 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. As it looks like we got a smoker in the back. It's Austin Runkle. The 5 of Austin Runkle is out of this race, and that's going to deal a big blow to his championship hopes. He could be out of it.
Yeah, I would bet that he certainly is if they can't repair that car at all. In fact, if that is terminal, I would say that his season also is terminal. He was 39 points behind the cut line going into this race, and he really needed a good day to be in contention for tomorrow. And obviously, a good day doesn't end with smoke billowing out the back on pit road on lap 49 of this race. Bad break for this team.
Yeah, but they gave it everything they had, and pulling into the pits, yes, he is done for the day, and that could be the end of Austin Runkle's championship hopes for 2023. But back at the front of the field, you notice how Felix Anderson in this 23 running in his own car, he was struggling behind the 5 for much of that time. He's fallen from a spot inside the top 15. Now he can't even get into the top 30 anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's the tough thing when you have somebody have a situation like that in front of you. Oftentimes there's nowhere to go, and especially at Darlington, it looks like there's a lot of racetrack here. Trust me, there is not. It is very narrow, the racing groove. There isn't really a white line to show it, to distinguish it, but it's really the top 2 to 3 grooves maybe you could see, because that 92 is running the bottom where he is right now, and obviously there's a lot of flat racetrack down there that's unusable. So if you get stuck behind somebody that's having an issue, that could be catastrophic to your day, as we just saw.
Yeah, so Felix Anderson drops out of the top 15 and out of the top 30 as a result of Austin Runkle's engine expiring. But we're closing in on 20 laps to go, and Alex Verstappen, Keon Daly, and Ryan Griffin are extending their advantage over Hooper and DeLello. I think this could be a 3-car battle for the win brewing right here.
Yeah, it could be. You know, things up front have calmed down for a while there. It was passing every lap for third, and Keon Daly fighting for the lead, and now, like you said, they've all kind of stabilized. They're all within a second of the leader, and they've started to drive away a little bit. So that long run speed of those cars is just starting to show. And the likes of Riley, Hooper, and those behind Henry Thomas, they're just not able to catch up.
So, and you can see back here, DeLello making a move on Hooper for the 4th spot. We'll see if DeLello gets to the line. Yes, he will. Question is, will he be able to get it down into the turn 1? And so far, it looks like actually, DeLello is able to get by the 69. So move the 03 up to 4th. But that's the battle for 4th. The battle for the lead is pretty stable right now between the 3, the 52, and the 92.
Yeah, it's true. So Alex Verstappen, like you said, remains our leader at the moment. And, you know, he is going really fast here, but he's not really pulling away from Keon Daly all that much. And they're both starting to pull away from that 92 in 3rd place. So, yeah, I'm not totally sure how this thing is going to play out here, but it looks like the 3-car, the 52 car, and possibly even the 92 car are going to be involved in the end.
So we've just passed 20 laps to go from Darlington, and Alex Verstappen is doing whatever he can to try and get that 2nd win of the season to move himself into the championship contention. Keon Daly, he's just looking for a chance to race for a championship. Ryan Griffin already knows he's going to race for a title. The question is now, will he get the regular season title to go with it? He's currently got the lead, but it's only now about 18 points between himself and that 3-car. This could get very interesting.
Yeah, it definitely could. And you know, they're just counting down the laps right now. You want to save your stuff a little bit for the end of this thing. And of course, as I say that, we see the 92 car make a move for 2nd place. He's side by side with Keon Daly right now going into turn 1. He's got an opportunity. He's got to get to the middle of the corner, stay side by side, and he can't. So he's going to have to slide up the track in 3rd place still. But a valiant effort it was from the 92.
Yep, and he's going to have a few more tries, but as the tires wear, those opportunities are going to get further and further away from Ryan Griffin. Keon Daly's doing a fantastic job hanging on to 2nd spot, but I don't know if either of one of them has anything for this 3-car at the moment. They're just running their own little race at the moment. They're half a second behind the 3-car at the moment. It's just starting to look like it's becoming an Alex Verstappen benefit here tonight.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I'll tell you what, though. They are close enough that one little mistake out of that 3-car. I know it's rare. I know. But, you know, one little mistake out of that driver, and Keon Daly could be the leader, the 92, knocking on the bumper of the 3-car. And, I mean, that's all it really would take, getting the tires dirty, missing the line by just a foot, you know, at this track. It's so difficult to nail it every single time. So Keon Daly, not out of it, and neither is Ryan Griffiths. So I'll tell you what, I mean, this thing is going to come all the way down to the wire as long as they're this close, because Darlington sometimes bites back.
It certainly can. We saw that in the truck race yesterday, I'm sure. But with now 15 laps to go for Keon Daly to try and get around the 3 car, will he have another opportunity to get there? The time's running out, but if there's anyone who's able to do it, I believe in this 52. He's clawed his way all the way up from his starting position of 9th up into 2nd spot. Let's see if he can get that one last position he needs.
Yeah, well, he's got an opportunity here. He's running the outside lane, a whole lane above Alex Frejep-Barub right now, going into the front straightaway. It looks like nothing of it is going to happen, and we move our attention towards the midfield, at least in the top 10. Henry Thomas right there. We've got Riley Hooper and another car behind them, and we're switching it up. So, yeah, we've got a lot of good battles throughout the pack here at Darlington. The fans in the stands getting a great show.
Yeah, looking back now just outside the top 10, Ryan Reed and Cody Goforth is making as much of an impression in this race as I thought he might. He loves these racetracks where you can run the top at a racetrack and go right up against the wall. But he's only managing 12th at the moment. Here we look at Logan Williams right behind his teammate Ironhouse, and from 4th through about 9th are all starting to close in on each other in one big battle. But at the front of the field continues to be these 3 as we close in on 10 to go.
Yeah, and we've been talking all day about the playoffs and who's going to make it. Well, Ironhouse and Williams, they're 10th and 11th right now going into this race. And they, of course, are going to be able to advance on Diego Yepes and Glenn Mixon, who have had troubles today. But having a great day, they're going to be able to pull ahead. They were only 7 and 6 points ahead of that cut line going into this race. So running top 10 today, having a solid effort, a great points day for those cars. They're going to really have a good opportunity going into Daytona. So it's a good story for a change going into Daytona. I feel like we've had 3 or 4 drivers in this one really have struggles, but those 2 are having a solid day.
11 laps to go now from Darlington, and Alex Frejep-Barub is just growing his lead. It's now 0.6 of a second. And notice that 92 is caught up to the 52 just a little bit. They're running nose to tail now. I think Ryan Griffin has got to realize that if he's going to have a chance to win this race, he's got to dispatch the 52 in a big hurry. And I think he's gotten a memo because he's ducked down to the inside trying to take the spot away.
Yeah, he certainly has, but he's not going to be able to get it down into turn 1. He's better off going to the top. He doesn't. Oh, he's going to lose a lot of time by staying on the bottom lane right there. He should have moved up into the tire tracks of Keon Daly. Sacrifice the downforce for the momentum. But now he's going to be able to mount another charge, but he's running out of time.
Coming to 9 laps to go, and Alex is doing whatever he can to hang on to this lead. The whole top 10 separated by about 7 seconds, but this top 3 separated by about 3/4 of a second now. About a full second between Alex and Ryan Griffin. This has been a really good battle for this entire race. A Chevy, a Toyota, and a Ford battling it out for the win here at Darlington. That's what we want to see in the 1UP Nitro National Series. And we're closing in on the end of this race, and we still don't know the outcome.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a manufacturer's battle today. It's been a driver's battle. We've had a lot of great opportunities for these drivers to really make a good run. And Keon Daly especially, he even took the lead at one point away from that 3 car. He wasn't able to hold it, but he has shown that car has the speed to go up there and get the lead from the 3 car. And of course, he has not let the 3 car get very far away. So this race, far from over for these drivers. They're going to be trying to run the best laps of their life here at Darlington to maintain their positions. No mistakes from here on out for any of these guys. They can't have any, because if they do, they're going to be out of this thing. So, and all 3 of them really have the pressure on for the closing laps of this one.
Looking a little further back in the top 10, I've noticed a few comers and goers. On one side, Riley Hooper and Henry Thomas starting to fade a bit. They've fallen back to 7th and 8th on the racetrack. But on the flip side, Matt Johnson and Logan Williams have gained a few spots each. They're up to 5th and 6th as we close in on 6 laps to go at the end of this race. They're making gains in the right direction, and now they're right on the back of Zachary DeLello for 4th.
Yeah, that's great news for those 2 drivers, especially Logan Williams, fighting to have a chance to race in the playoffs. Yeah, so we're watching 97 to 88. They've been paired up, working together. I guess those 2 are up through the field. and they are really making a solid effort. Here's Elijah Ironhouse, who has an opportunity on these two drivers who ran in the top 5 all day, but have fallen off towards the end of this race. They're both in a solid spot right now, but if they fall much farther, they're going to be maybe seeing themselves outside the top 10, which could be detrimental. I mean, really, they have fallen off in this race. They just used their stuff up too soon.
And Keon Daly's got to be aware of that with 5 laps to go. He needs to save some of his stuff for if he saved any of it, now's the time to use it to try and get by this 3 car. Because if he has something left in the car by the time this race is over, he didn't do his job properly as a race car driver. He needs to lay it all on the line right here with 4 laps to go to make sure he has a chance to win this race.
Yep, and that 3 car is really, he's putting the pressure on, he's just mistake-free all day. They had a solid pit stop. They were able to keep the lead throughout there, even though Keon Daly had a great pit stop, He was able to gain a position. That's how he ended up in second place. That's how he had his opportunity to lead that lap earlier today. But ever since then, he just has not had enough speed to go and get that 3 car. He's had enough speed to keep up. He's had enough potential behind the wheel to really stay up there and give it a shot, but for now he's just kind of stuck. Nothing more he can do at this moment to get ahead of that 3 car. Just too strong today.
Absolutely, and now you see Zachary DeLello's got Logan Williams all over his back bumper, trying to hold on to 4th place. DeLello might be another driver that's used up his stuff, and Williams and Johnson at the back, they smell blood in the water. They're going for it. With only 2 laps to go, you have to go for it if you're going to gain any more spots.
Yeah, and think about that 88 car. He knows his teammate is out front. He's driving the same car out of the same stable, so they've got all that speed in there. He knows what that car can do, so the pressure is on for him to go and perform and make sure that he can finish up there in the top 5 and really give everybody a run for their money, especially on a day that Alex Verjeperub, the leader of this team, the veteran of the team, takes the white flag as the leader, someone who has dominated all day. Teammates really trying to live up to that pressure, and Alex is running away with it now.
Coming out of turn 2 for the final time. Look at the lead he's built over Keon Daly in second. This is going to be a great day for Alex Verjeperub if he can hang on to it, and it looks like he will. Coming through 3 and 4 now for the final time, it is going to be Alex Verjeperub getting his 2nd win of the season and extends his all-time record at the top of the table. Alex Verjeperub gets it done at Darlington, and look at the drag race at the line. Ryan Griffin just beat Keon Daly to the line for 2nd place. That is not going to do the 52 any favors in the points battle, and you can pretty much tell that 52 is not very happy with how Ryan Griffin raced him at the end. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, man, I would not be happy about that either. I bet Alex Verjeperub also is unhappy about that. That has impacted his ability to possibly go and get that 92 next week. So we'll see what happens. But the 88 car finishes in 5th. The 03 falls down to 6th, and the 97 finishes in 4th. It's a great day for them. And here we run through the rest of the field.
Yeah, so Mac Johnson gets on 4th for a career best finish and only his 2nd start in the series. Henry Thomas comes in 7th behind Zachary DeLello. Ironhouse 8th. Riley Hooper fell to 9th at the end. And Ricky Freeman Jr. completes the top 10. But this was Alex Verjeperub's race. From the moment he got by the 69 on lap number 11, we knew. Because once he got by the 69, to take that lead, he only lost it for 1 lap after that.
Yeah, it's true, and that 1 lap, I mean, it was just a fantastic run from the 52 that got him up there, and of course, it didn't last for very long. The 3 car did the exact same thing back and took the lead. So I'll tell you what, a great performance from the 3 car, and they're really they're getting some momentum going into the playoffs. So even if they aren't able to come out on top of the standings after Daytona, really some good momentum heading into the playoffs. A great time to get a win, and then of course that 92 car, Ryan Griffin really has shown up once again. He started a little bit farther back than he wanted to, but he moves up into 2nd place in the race at the final moment. He continues maintaining that points lead that is also important.
So from Duke Anzac and from myself as well, we say goodbye from Darlington Raceway. Next time we see you, it'll be for the regular season finale at Daytona International Speedway. You're not gonna want to miss that one, as we have one more driver lock themselves into the playoffs tonight. That leaves 7 spots open at the World Center of Racing. You don't want to miss that. So congratulations to Alex Rajep on the win today. We'll see you again next time out at Daytona.